Thorfinn's arc is one of my favorite parts of Vinland Saga, but there is a glaring flaw with it. I'll start with the good. The first thing that it does very well is the foreshadowing. Whether you read the manga or watch the anime, Thorfinn's backstory is told very early on. In this flashback, Thor tells his son that no one is his enemy, attempting to pass down his own pacifist mentality. Furthermore, when Thor fights Askeladd, he refuses to kill him and tries to get out of the situation without killing anyone, but this doesn't work. In the present, Thorfinn wants revenge against his father's killer. Because of this flashback, we as an audience realize that Thorfinn is going against his father's message, so he can make two conclusions. Either his father was wrong, or Thorfinn will eventually agree with his father. And since this is a historical story based on someone traveling to America, it is very unlikely that the story will be about revenge. Since we have the foreshadowing that Thorfinn will become a pacifist, it isn't a disappointing twist when he's unable to get his revenge. If the flashback was not shown, we would have felt cheated, because the story would have been heavily hinting that he would get his revenge. This gladly wasn't the case. The next thing it does well is Thorfinn's point A. He starts the story as an angry and vengeful warrior who will do anything to get a chance at killing Askeladd, even joining his crew and working for him. We also understand why he's at point A thanks to the flashback. The extent of his hatred and lack of morality is shown very well throughout the first arc. Vinland Saga also gets point B down very well. Thorfinn becomes a pacifist, very reminiscent of his father. He wants to make up for all the lives he's killed by creating a place where the amount of lives that will be born outweigh the lives he's taken. He also refuses to kill and always tries to find a way to solve a problem peacefully. He uses his words, and combat is his last solution. Following his father's footsteps, he also no longer uses weapons most of the time. This Thorfinn is very inspirational and mature, but there's one glaring problem with it. In a good character arc, a character starts at point A, which is a character trait that usually defines them. Then they have an experience that causes them to change, which I'll call Event A. After Event A, they move to point B, which is usually the opposite trait of point A. That is the formula for a basic character arc. Thorfinn has point A and B, but no Event A. At the end of the first arc, Thorfinn sees Askeladd killed by Canute and flies into a rage, attacking the new king. Because of this, he's punished by becoming a slave off-screen. The next time we see him, he's a slave on a farm, but he has completely mellowed out. And the first time we see him experience conflict, he already has the pacifist mindset. This is the problem with his arc. We don't see the Event A. All three sections of the character arc are necessary for making a good arc, but Thorfinn is missing one. We have no clue why he suddenly decided to follow his father's footsteps. We can headcanon that he just had time to think it over, but not only is this assumption not a satisfying answer, but it could also not even be the case. Maybe there was a specific event that caused him to change. This is never really said or hinted at. Even if I'm missing a piece of dialogue that speaks on this, I think a scene is necessary for such a monumental part of the story. This could have been a really impactful moment in the story if done right, and would arguably be the most important scene in the story because it completely changed the course of the story and the way it was told. In conclusion, Thorfinn's character arc is almost perfect, but it's missing the necessary Event A that pushes Thorfinn from point A to point B. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my manga for free online. If you enjoy my content, please consider donating to my Patreon. All important links will be in the description.